Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Special Council meeting on January 29th, 2024. Individuals interested in participating in today's meeting were eligible to register online using the delegation registration form at www.kitchener.ca/delegation or via email at delegation@kitchener.ca. Any written comments received prior to the commencement of the meeting have been circulated to members of Council and will form part of the public record. The meeting live stream and archived videos are available at www.kitchener.ca/watchnow. As we're gathering this afternoon for today's meeting, we do so acknowledging that we gather on the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. We recognize our responsibility to serve as stewards for the land and honor the original caretakers who came before us. Our community is enriched by the enduring knowledge and deep-rooted traditions of the diverse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit in Kitchener today. As we gather this afternoon, we're doing so on the National Day of Remembrance of the Quebec City mosque attack. The City of Kitchener joins Canadians across Canada in reflecting on this National Day of Remembrance of the Quebec City mosque attack in action against Islamophobia. We condemn the senseless attack at the Centre Culturel Islamique de Québec and commit to the collective fight to end Islamophobia. 7 years ago today, Muslim worshippers at the Islamic Cultural Center of Quebec City were subjected to a tragic and hateful gunman attack that left 6 men dead, 19 people injured, some permanently disabled, and many more severely traumatized. Today, Kitchener joins cities and communities across Canada to take a moment of silence to remember Ibrahimi Berry, Mamadou Tanu Berry, Khaled Belkacemi, Abdelkrem Hassane, Azdin Sufiona, and Abu Bakr Thabti. Unfortunately, this Islamophobic act is one of many examples we have witnessed across our nation and here in Waterloo Region. Closer to home, we remember the disturbing vehicle attack in London, Ontario in 2021 that killed Madia Salman, Yumna Afzal, Salman Afzal, and Talat Afzal, and left their son, Fayez Afzal, injured and orphaned. In the Coalition of Muslim Women, KW's second annual Snapshot of Hate in Waterloo Region report, 97 unique incidents of hate or racial discrimination were recorded, and of that, 53% were identified as being against Muslims. These incidents took place in institutions, retail stores, neighborhoods, and online. Canada has the highest number of deaths related to Islamophobia in all G7 countries. We are seeing a significant spike in Islamophobia across Canada, especially in the last few months. And it's imperative that we address this hate proactively and mitigate the harm before it spreads even further. This week, across Canada, communities are standing together in unity with their Muslim neighbours by lighting buildings and infrastructure in green lights, as we are last night and this evening here at City Hall, lowering flags to half-mast, providing supportive messages on signage boards, and joining in the National Green Square campaign, which is organized by the National Council of Canadian Muslims and others. In Kitchener, Carl's Air Square at City Hall has been lit green and our flags are at half-mast. All City of Kitchener community centres with digital signs are also displaying messages of support for the Green Square campaign. This campaign represents the green carpets of Centre Culturel Islamique de Québec, the last place where the victims stood to pray. It also symbolizes the Islamic belief that the lost lives are in a green garden, a better place. I call on Kitchener residents to join us to stand with those working to eliminate Islamophobia, hate, and racism in Canada by participating in the Green Square campaign. Islamophobia and religious hate have no place in Kitchener, in Canada, or anywhere. No one should be discriminated against based on their religion. Today, we stand in solidarity with our local Muslim community as we remember victims of the Islamophobic attack in Quebec City and across Ontario and Canada. We also thank local leaders such as those with the Coalition of Muslim Women KW, Muslim Social Services of Kitchener-Waterloo, the Muslim Association of Canada, the Maple Grove School, and others who work tirelessly every day to educate our community and combat Islamophobia throughout Kitchener and Waterloo Region. I'd now like us to stand as we're able to reflect through a moment of silence. Thank you. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Councillor Singh.
Yes, there's a part of the discussion in caucus that I may have a conflict, so I will recuse myself as part of that discussion.
Because of?
Family property that's owned to close proximity of the subject matter.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Ioannidis.
Yeah, I will declare conflict for partial of the item in caucus, just for employment.
Because it could impact one of your employers?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Those two conflicts have been noted, and we'll adjust the caucus agenda accordingly. There being no delegations, we'll move into staff reports, and we have the online older adult programming report CSD 2024-017. That's on the agenda. It would normally come through community services. So, Councillor Johnson, do you want to move that? Thank you. And seconder is Councillor Schneider for that. The CSD report that's on the agenda on older adult programming. You're good with that? Okay, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Council will recall that there were 3 committee appointments that were left. 2 are by virtue of the office that newly appointed Councillor Stretch holds, Downtown Action Advisory Committee and the Downtown Kitchener Business Improvement Area. And she's also indicated that she is interested in filling the spot at the Climate Change Environmental Committee that we left open. So does someone care to move Councillor Stretch for those 3? Moved by Councillor Owaduni, seconded by Councillor Johnson. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. We'll move on to number 6, which is PSIC item pertaining to 485 Huron Road. Councillor Singh.
Yes, brought to from the Planning and Church Siege Initiatives Committee, moved by myself and seconded by Councillor Schneider.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? That too is carried. No mayoral business. Motion to go in camera for the listed item with the noted conflicts. Councillor Schneider, seconded by Councillor Michaud. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Motion. There are some late starter bylaws, I believe, Madam Clerk.
Through you, Mr. Chair, the bylaws related to the planning application for 485 Huron Road will need to be formally added to the agenda due to its approval today.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a mover for that? Councillor Deneau, seconded by Councillor Davey. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried, and that's the 3 readings of the. Yeah, that's the 3 readings of the bylaws. Okay, so with that, motion to adjourn. Councillor Ioannidis, Councillor Chapman. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried.